I almost started taking things apart without recording. Is that on the screen? The whole thing's hanging off the bench a little bit now. There, now it's on the screen. I took this apart to get this sprocket off to mess with this seal. The retaining spring on the inside of that seal had actually come off of the lip of the seal. So I pulled that out and put it back on. And now, of course, I've touched it again, so it's back out. But whatever. We're not worried about that today. Today, we're going to be taking some stuff apart on there. So I'm going to do some switcheroos. I'll be right back. Alright, well, glad I didn't get to show you that, because that was kind of sketchy. Put the top half of everything is behind me on the table, the lift. So I'm going to pull this shaft out so I can get the shift forks out, because I want to look at them, because I have a feeling that's where most of my trouble is. And then I can maybe get all of that out of there too, but I'll have to figure that out. Alright, here we go. I am noting the direction of the wear grooves in relation to the parts. Obviously where the voids are is where there's a different color. And there's a hole in that end that goes on the outside. Also trying to keep my orientation here, because that's the kickstarter. This is the shifter. So left side of the bike, right side of the bike. Let's hit that there gently. Alright, let's see, look at these puppies. Gonna be honest, I don't know what to make of that. If it's gonna focus or not. Maybe not. Doesn't look terrible, if I'm honest. But again, I don't have any idea what I'm looking at. This one looks kind of beat up at the end there. I don't know if you can see that. Here's a focus. That looks gnarly to me. That guy was in there. No, you were this way. Here's another shot of this one. The focus on it. It's a little bit beat up on the ends there, but right there. But I don't know what book is helpful, but not overly like thorough in its explanation. I wasn't even paying attention. I think it was that way. That's why we're recording everything. Here's my other fork. That one looks good too. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's just floating around. Oh, that's it. It just fall out. Great. We're gonna take a beat before we do that. This is that screw that's staked or whatever, peened. It's been punched in there so it doesn't come out. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that. I don't see any obvious wear on anything on that shift drum. So I'm going to leave it alone, as they say. Can I do this without ruining everything? Nope. Okay. That'll go to there. That'll go up through there. There's a raccoon running around in my backyard, and it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know if that's good or not. Okay, raccoons. Looks alright. I think it looks pretty good. Gear itself looks good. Looking at it, like again, what do I know about any of this? Nothing. Just half of the fun, right? Gear. I don't know how to discern left from right on that gear. Maybe it wouldn't matter, but I'm putting all this stuff back in potentially, so I should pay attention. So got a small wear, whatever this groove is not supposed to be there, I'm sure, but it was inboard, so that's what we're going to do with that. Put that over here. This one has a sleeve, a bearing inside it, so that's something. Again, can't really tell in or out on that. Well, there's a number 3 on this side. So this side is machine smooth, this side is cast, and there's a 43. And that's the inboard side. 43 on the inboard side. Set that there. Now the rest of this. Can I just wiggle it out of there? Wouldn't that be something? Those don't seem to want to come out, and there's a snap ring and a washer here. That's obviously got a worn side on the inboard side, and you can see where there's like a snap ring. It was on that side. Okay. Set that in that bearing just for a second. Got my snap ring pliers. I'll be right back. Well, just spent 10 minutes digging through every box in the garage looking for my snap ring pliers, and they were 2 feet from me. So a little out of breath even from lifting boxes and digging around. Good. Okay, snap ring. Snap ring. Okay. Ooh. That's not the best. Look at that. Right there. It's chipped. Neighbor's chipped a little. Yeah, that's not so awesome. These look a little egged out to me. I don't know if that means anything or not. A little oval shaped. I'll just throw that anywhere. Okay. Those last two are snapping on here. Can I just wiggle you out? There we go. Okay. So these look really good to my untrained eye, of course. No chips on any of the teeth. Edges are nice and square. Just a slight chamfer at the edge at the top where I imagine there's supposed to be one. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to pile everything back onto this shaft so we can keep track of where it was. Doesn't look terrible again. Also, again, I don't have any idea what I'm looking at, but set that in the wrong place. Let's do this. Just stacking the parts back on where they were. That little guy, let's just stay where he was. Do you first. Okay. Right. It came off of there. There it is. Okay. So that is part of my transmission. Zippity doo-dah. What do I do with that now? Oh, shit. I'm just gonna set it there, I guess. Figure out what I need to figure out with that later. Trying to keep you from having to look at the back of my head all the time, but I'm trying to also see what's going on in here. These bearings look, it's not a bearing actually, it's a surface of the case. Like these are replaceable bearings up here, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up getting. Although if I'm not grinding the crank, maybe I don't get new bearings. Is that how that goes? For sure, I probably shouldn't have taken that out and touched it, but put it back where it was, so it's okay. That's my primary tensioner. It seems like it's got good spring tension. I don't know what I'm doing. Is it clear that I don't know what I'm doing? Because it feels pretty clear that I don't know what I'm doing. I'd love to take that out, but that is a hell of a spring that I don't feel like dealing with. That I don't want to do. This is tipped over, and I hope we didn't lose any parts. I would like to find a kickstart lever and fiddle with a kickstart mechanism, but it's going to be more of a dig than I feel like digging. So this is a kickstart lever. Neat. Alright, well, that's the transmission out. Okay. of those. So I don't have much to talk about today. Usually I'm telling stories and walking through my plans and everything else. Today I'm just fishing dead bugs out of the inside of my cases, and I'm just going through it. You know, can't have something to say every day, I guess. All right, pause. All right, well, gotta be honest. Other than trying to find some shift forks, and that one gear had a little bit of weirdness on it. You know, I don't know if there's what's worth trying to fix that, or Honda Man said if you've got anything in the transmission that's weird, don't bother trying to fix it. Just find another transmission, because they're not terrible expensive, and every transmission is the same, K0 to K6. This is an F, so hopefully that's also the same. It's a Super Sport F, but I don't think they changed the gearing for that, and if they did, I wouldn't know the difference probably, because all I ever did to this thing was put a tiny little rear sprocket on it. I don't even remember how many teeth are on it, but it's like 38 tooth rear. I think the stock was like 44, 45 or something ridiculous. I called to order and they sent me the stock ones, and it was way bigger than what was on the bike when I got it. And I told her, I called back and I said, send me the smallest set you can find for it. So this front is 17 and the rear is 38, and I thought that would give me legs, you know, give me better top end. The problem is it's geared all wrong for the torque, so it doesn't get out of its own way over like 80 or 85 miles an hour is it. And this bike is it's built for way more than that. I'm not meant to ride it that fast all the time, of course, but like going downhill wide open with my, you know, folded in half, I can't get my chin all the way to the tank, but I put my elbows on my knees, I get tucked way down, and downhill I think I was going like 90 or 95, and it's like, this bike's got a lot more than that in it, I know. So we're gonna end the video here, shorty compared to most of the rest of them, because I don't really have any progress to make. Everything's open and apart, and nothing is like visibly broken and missing, which is one of my like concerns, that I would get it all the way apart and there would be nothing to see. And so everything looks fine except for this fork is a little bit worn, and the dogs on that one gear were a little hinky. I mean, I have to figure out a way of checking the specs on all these, checking what the condition of these bearings are. Everything felt tight though. So I mean, if this shaft is moving around, I can let it pop out of gear, and it's never been down that I've owned it. Like, I remember reading it, if it fell onto the shifter, whatever gear it was in when it fell, it could have trouble with that. But I mean, none of these gears have got any wiggle to them. I guess that one does a little bit, but I need to know a lot more about what I'm doing here than I do. That's not going to happen tonight or tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is post online again a little more pointed questions. Hopefully find somebody who knows their way in and out and around these that can look over what I've done and tell me, you dummy, you should have done this, or hey, you're doing good, keep doing this, replace these parts even if they don't look like you need them while I'm in here. You know, I mean, my thought for the primary chain was that, but Honda Man says if it's not 50,000 miles, and I should have checked the slack in it before I took it apart, but it doesn't seem like, I think that he said it was like 2 inches of play in the tensioner when it's in the engine, when the engine's together, and it's like even maxed out there to maxed out there is nowhere near 2 inches, and it's got this tensioner on it all the time. Maybe I order a new tensioner wheel, because this one's looking old and barked up, but it doesn't look bad. It's no chunks missing from it. Same with my cam tensioner, if I remember correctly. The roller on that was in okay shape. So I guess maybe the next big push is going to be just to clean everything. Because I know I don't need to do that either, but I'm going to do it while I have it apart. Here's my cam tensioner. It's not soft anymore, but it's also not missing any large chunks. So I don't know, is that something you do just because you're in there and do it? This side's a little beat up. So Honda Man's book is excellent. The shop manual is okay. The climber is okay. The problem with climber is you take something off and inspect it. You take something off and inspect it. You take something off and inspect it. And it's like, I wanted to get everything apart because I really thought I was going to find something in here, but something egregious. But here we go. So I haven't even looked at the top end. The top end was fine. Everything was running great. I didn't have any valve train noise. I didn't have any, like, I don't recall it. It didn't look like anything was burnt weird inside of the combustion chambers or anything like that. So cylinders, I mean, again, they're not perfect. There's not deep scoring. There's a little scoring, but I also see a lot of still cross hatching in there. So it's fine. It had 30-something thousand on it. I forget. I looked at it recently. So spray it all down, put it back together, hope for the best, I suppose. Get it back together, and if it's still doing the things it was doing, take it to somebody that knows what the hell they're doing, maybe. Maybe that's the big plan. Shift forks are definitely worn. I'm going to replace those. That seal is iffy. I'm going to replace it. I guess I'll look into a transmission between the wear ring and this gear that probably shouldn't be there. Again, I don't know what that's coming from. Maybe it is supposed to be there. And those couple of iffy dogs, or yeah, dogs. More questions than answers at this point. Anyway, we'll do it all again soon.